Prosecutors say Minnesota is grappling with one of the biggest welfare fraud waves in U.S. history. And now counterterrorism officials warn some of that money very likely ended up in the pockets of al-Shabaab, an al-Qaeda-linked terror group operating out of Somalia. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins has the details from Washington.
Is the biggest funder of al-Shabaab, the al-Qaeda-linked terror group in Somalia, actually the Minnesota taxpayer? A federal investigator says yes. An alarming claim first reported by City Journal, which spoke with multiple former federal agents. The U.S. Attorney's Office has charged dozens of defendants across multiple schemes, including housing aid fraud, pandemic child nutrition fraud, and false billing for autism therapy. In total, prosecutors say these schemes have cost Minnesota taxpayers billions of dollars.
Still, there are people that have legitimately could use those resources that are not getting those resources. It's past criminal.
Minnesota is home to one of the country's largest Somali communities. Former state fraud investigator Keish Magan, himself a Somali American, wrote last year that it's uncomfortable and true that nearly all defendants in these major fraud cases come from that community.
They have taken advantage of the most generous country in the world and one of the most generous states in that country.
And according to City Journal, some of the stolen money was sent overseas through informal cash transfer networks. Investigators say once that cash arrived in Somalia, al-Shabaab took a cut, whether the sender intended that or not.
Pretty much across the board, people that I spoke to said there really isn't a law enforcement solution to this problem. As you said, that's simply playing whack-a-mole. People pretty consistently told me that, there needs to be a policy change here.
Critics claim Minnesota leaders have tiptoed around the issue, fearing a backlash from the state's powerful Somali American voting bloc.
That's right. They are afraid because they have big numbers. I think those numbers there are 70,000 Somalians there in Minnesota, right? You get those large numbers and you could take over a city, then you could start taking over the state. In my district here in Arizona, if I would have had 10,000 votes, I would have had it. I would have won. So when you get these people coming into these communities and they're coming in large numbers, when they open that border, let them in large numbers, then they have the incubator program, then they have these family programs, then they have the immigration program, and then you have the temporary protective status program, and you're bringing these people in by the thousands. Next thing you know, you don't have, the whole town is looking like where the people came from because they will not elect an American. And so they let them do what they want to do. Because, as she stated, they're afraid of the community. Well, President Donald Trump is getting rid of them. President Donald Trump is getting rid of them. We need to clean this country back up. There should be no city, no state in the United States of America that looks like another country, that sounds like another country, that speaks the predominant language of another country. It's not right. It's un-American. It takes away our sovereignty, and we have to stop it. Who's giving away our sovereignty, ladies and gentlemen, patriots and friends? The Democrats. They're giving it away for power. So you bring this lady Ilhan Omar, who keeps disrespecting the president and disrespecting the citizens, calling us stupid and all that. Hey, get her out of here. Get them out of here. Never elect a foreign-born person, especially of that certain faith. Because we already know their program is to take over governments. Their religion is a governmental takeover. It's a political religion. And it's a religion of dominance. It's not a religion of acceptance and love and all of that stuff. It's not a religion of peace. As a matter of fact, Jesus never even said that his religion was a religion of peace. He never promised the world peace until he comes as the Prince of Peace and sits on the throne during the millennial reign. But in the world, he said, in the world, you're going to have offenses. But in me, you don't have it. Jesus is promising individuals who believe on him, he's promising them peace. But when a religion comes along and it's promising you that it's religion of peace, it's a lie. It's a false religion. It is not a religion of peace. And who wants a religion of peace? In a world where there is turmoil and evil, God allows warfare. The angels are warring now. There is warfare. So, I mean, we have to understand this stuff. and stop with all of this fake love. Just love them. And yeah, I don't want to, sound racist or anything. So I don't want to. No, this is our country. This is our country, and we have to stand up and take our country back. Elect American-born citizens, Americans. And that's the way it should go. Let me know what you think about this. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.